Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and here in this beautiful spot, TGIF, and I want to chime in on the news of this upcoming phone, the Huawei P50 Pro. This is going to be the latest flagship from Huawei, yet there's one thing about this release, despite the amazing specs, that could be a deal breaker. And shout out to MCon, I'm sourcing or using your tweet here for the quick specs with a 6.6 inch OLED 120 hertz display, 300 hertz touch sampling, 50 megapixel main camera, 64 megapixel 3.5 times optical zoom telescope, 40 megapixel time of flight, 13 megapixel ultra wide with 8 gigs of RAM, 256 up to 512 storage, 4,360 milliampere battery, 66 watt wired, 50 watt wireless charging with IP68 and Kirin 9000. Is that not a beast or what? That sounds to me like a beast on paper. And in terms of the looks, you know, this phone is looking incredible. Incredible. So this should mean, you know, that Huawei's back and that this is going to be one of the greatest releases for 2021. Unfortunately, Houston, we have a problem. And that is the fact that this phone, guys, this Huawei P50 Pro is not going to include 5G. And to me, it is just such a bummer. It's such a bummer that this is happening because I was so excited about this P50 Pro release, only to find out now, because of this ban, Huawei's been unable to use a lot of chipsets or a lot of parts from US-based companies, one of them being Qualcomm. Qualcomm is one of the largest 5G providers, right, in the world. And without access to these chipsets, Huawei's they're screwed. They're just absolutely screwed. They had 5G in the Mate 40 Pro. They had 5G in the P40 Pro. To go back on not being able to include 5G on their now this and maybe upcoming phones is just a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. I feel so bad for Huawei. I'm not even I'm not happy about this, guys. It's not like I'm celebrating that Huawei is screwed again. But you already knew that no Google on this phone was a deal breaker. I mean, that's already a big enough of a deal breaker. But to now not be able to include 5G because of the ban, I think might be the nail in the coffin for this release. And it's unfortunate because it does sound like an incredible release. It sounds like something that I would love to use. I've gotten really, more interested in Huawei recently and was willing to actually give a chance to this release and purchase it. I may still do it, but I do think now the lack of 5G on this device, it's just going to spell as a deal breaker. It's going to be an ultimate deal breaker for this phone. But hit me up in the comments, guys. Is this a deal breaker for you? I think for a lot of you out there, you may say, oh, 5G is not important. Who cares? It's a non-issue. It is an issue, guys. When every other competitor on the market can now tout 5G as a key selling point, even phones like the Poco F3, cheap phones, are now getting 5G. To not be able to compete at that level, I think is going to be a deal breaker. Maybe not for me, but I think for most users, this is the nail in the coffin. But hit me up in the comments, guys. Is this one for you? I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for future updates. And this is it, guys. The last time I'll be in this spot. It's been a beautiful place to kind of do quick takes. But I will be starting my new role on Monday. So new times, new location. I'm going to be on the island again, baby. So looking forward to that. But anyways, hope you guys have a great weekend. TGIF. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one. What a bummer, guys. P50 Pro, no 5G. What a bummer.